What the? Hey guys, my name is Michael, aka Mike Choach, on the YouTube channel. This is my first video, but I do a lot of Android work, and I thought I'd like post some of my projects. I have two specifically in mind. The one I'm going to show you today uses an Android app that I built using native Java. Use a Raspberry Pi with Python, and I use Google's Firebase cloud storage. So I integrate all three of these together to make an LED blink. Also be building a little circuit that has two wires, one to go to ground, one to go to the Raspberry Pi, and then a 500 ohm resistor and an LED. So we'll build a little circuit on a breadboard that connects to our Raspberry Pi. And the phone acts like a controller, basically. Here's my setup. Two monitors, Samsung 4K. I got them like, I guess 2 years ago on Black Friday. Could be fake panels, who knows. They work pretty well though. I've had them now for a while and they haven't given me any issues. Laptop, and let's look at the phone app. It's very generic. I did this thing for a friend and just wanted to throw it on YouTube and see what you guys think. If you like it, maybe I can show a tutorial on how I did this. Here's my Raspberry Pi, the Android app, and then here's my Raspberry Pi with a few wires going to some other things, but we're just going to concentrate on this part right there. As you can see, I have a resistor, 500 ohms. I have a wire going from my pin 18 on my Raspberry Pi. Right, connects to one end of the resistor. That other end connects to the node on the positive end of the LED. The longer end of that LED, geez, the focus, come on. The longer end of the LED is positive, the shorter end is negative, and then it goes to a ground on the other side, which just goes to a ground rail. Okay, so, oh, and then Firebase. So the point of this whole thing was I create an app as a controller, and then this is the time off, this is the time on, and the LED is going to blink. So the time that the LED is off is on this side, and you can adjust that as you please. I did increments of 0.1, I think up to 10. Yeah, and then back down to 0.1. And you can see that. Okay. And then same thing on the other side, but same thing on the other side, right? And that's the on. And then you can do how many pulses you want, right? So up here, adjusting these, you could create like some sort of almost like a duty cycle, right? So if you put them both the same, it'd be 50%, right? For time on and time off, if you looked at it like a square wave. And this is number of pulses, right? That goes up to 20, sorry for that burp. Infinity, and then up to 20 with increments of 1. So we can do 5, right? So let's run our script here. Let's run our script. All right, boom. It should pull in the most recent values from Firebase, I believe. If it doesn't, oh, it does. Okay, cool. So what was in Firebase, right, was 9, 0.5, and 2, right? So my Raspberry Pi printed those values out, right? 9 iterations, 0.2 for the off, and then 0.5 for the on. Or 0.2 for the on, 0.5 for the off. I should have that flipped when it prints. All right, and then we have the LED here, right? So let's adjust hours. Let's make it something noticeable. So let's go 0.1 off, right? And then let's do shitty ass HTC. Oh my God, what is clicking it? And then let's do 1, right? And then five iterations, and then we'll count it. So I'll aim it here, and you'll see it blink 5 times. It should blink 5 times. Right next to my Android guy. Any second now. What the heck? Don't know what was wrong, but it works now. All right, So let's put it back to, right, we did 5 iterations and it's gonna blink 0.1 off and 1 second on, right? So let's update 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, done. Look at that. So that's what I did. Connected 3 technologies basically. Android, which is written in Java, it uses native, right? We have Firebase, which is used in Java to push data from the phone, right? If I reopen the app, it'll also keep everything updated. So let's quit the app and then reopen it, right? Reopen it. It's gonna load everything in from Firebase. That's what the loading spinner is. Boom, there you go. Even the current values. All right, and then we also use Python for Raspberry Pi script. Cool. Let me know if you guys want me to make a tutorial on this. I would love to. It wouldn't be that hard. I guess it was like a couple hundred lines for the Android app, couple hundred for the Python, maybe not even 100 for Python. But I use the Firebase library, and it basically hooks listeners onto these values. So whenever they're changed, it knows to run the LED script again. I just have it in a while loop waiting for these values to change basically. Holds there until they do, and then uses the current ones. By the way, I didn't mention this, but the point of the resistor is to drop the voltage from the pin from the Raspberry Pi, so you don't damage the Raspberry Pi or blow the LED. It needs a lower voltage to be powered. You don't want to give it, I think pin 18 is 5 volts. So we're dropping the 5 volts and we're using the 500 ohm resistor. I read somewhere on Stack Exchange. All right. No, it was actually a Raspberry Pi form that says to use a 330 ohm resistor, but I only had a 500, so I thought it couldn't do too much harm. Also, the phones that I was using, I'm holding a GS8, Samsung Galaxy S8, but I used to be a huge fan of HTC phones. So I have this M9 with the rose gold on the edge, and then I have this blue one from Best Buy. I got it for $1 on Black Friday one year. Blue's pretty nice. Alright, but that's all. Thanks for watching.